Welcome back, everyone. Well, I don't know, it might rain any second now, right? But
We're
we
ready.
don't care. The reason is that you cannot do an interview about Saratoga Plan inside in a conference room, right?
Absolutely agree.
Okay. This is Sandra Roulet. Oh dear. That's French, right?
Yes, I married a Frenchman.
Wow, that's fun, right?
Yes.
I bet it is. And we're going to talk about an event that has really become a benchmark event for Saratoga, cornerstone event, for a bunch of reasons. 14 years running now, Saratoga Plan has held this annual event and Feast of the Field. And if you go back 14 years ago, you didn't hear farm to table.
Correct.
Now you hear farm to table all the time and everything else. This is really the kind of original farm to table. And it has a lot of meaning, right, Sandra? Because it has to do with preserving the land around us, not for us, but for all the generations to come, our children, our grandchildren, right?
Exactly.
And you decided this year to take on the chairmanship
I did.
for this event.
I did.
You know, you gotta be careful what you wish for. You
Yes, but Michelle was very convincing.
know? Oh, I bet, I bet. So tell me, let's start with a bit. If some people are out there, Saratoga Plan, is that a development company?
No, not at all.
That's not exactly what we're talking about here. Tell me about Saratoga Plan.
Saratoga Plan is all about preserving land and nature. The mission is to preserve the rural character, the scenic beauty, and the natural habitat that we have in our county. We're so fortunate. We have a vibrant, thriving community where we can live and work, and their goal is to maintain that and conserve more farmland and open space so that it can be used by the public and, like you said, our children and our grandchildren in the future. And it's tied to, you know, if you think about it, the quality of our water, the quality of our food, our recreational areas, the natural habitat, and the wildlife that is in those areas. And we just want, our goal is to preserve as much of this as possible.
Well, you know what? In reading the mission, there was a line that stood out. I want to cycle back on something. You think about preserving the land or whatever, but it's also about preserving the natural species that thrive and count
Exactly.
on this land. And if you take all of this and put it all together, you realize that it has so much to do with the quality of life of why you live here. You know, the tendency is always develop, 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 right?
Correct.
And in reality, that's only one piece of the puzzle,
Yep.
right? A healthy community relies on what you're talking about.
Right. And these assets, they're irreplaceable. You never see a news article that says 150-acre development was purchased and is going to be converted into farmland. That doesn't happen.
Right.
So we recognize and strive to, you know, reach out and try to gather as much resources as we can to conserve more of these farms and the open space.
You know, I interview Saratoga Plan every year pretty much for this event, right? And I left off at like 4,000 or 5,000 acres. It's a lot of land. It's over 7,000 acres now.
Correct. And 10 preserves are being actively managed as we speak, with 2 more pending. And that's done. It's only manageable because we have over 100 volunteers. They show up every Monday. You know the location of the preserve, the work needing to be done, the tools required, and collective hands all pitch in so that every one of these preserves is managed at least once per year, the work that's needed to be done, because the contract requires plan to take care of these preserves in perpetuity, which can
Right.
sound daunting.
Well, sure. Now you realize what she's saying here actually has a real important subset to this thing, which is that these are very complicated deals to put together. Contractually, they're very complicated, very expensive to do, but also the people who own this land, who believe that they should sell it to preserve it, want it maintained.
Correct.
So hence this, what you were saying about all the volunteers and whatever,
Correct.
and creating preserves. This is what they want, right?
Correct. And then it's available and safe for the public to use and to
Right.
enjoy year round,
Right.
whether it be snowshoeing, hiking in the summer, whatever. It's there and it's safe for people and enjoyable to use.
Now, the event is in September.
September 19th.
19th,
Thursday.
Right? Thursday. Yeah, you know, it's so funny. I'll say, Andrew will tell you, I'll say September 19th, and people are like, what? You say Thursday, they go, okay. They understand it right away. So September 19th, Thursday, and I think for 12 of these 14 years or something, it's always been a Saratoga National?
Correct.
Yes, right. Okay, great place to have that.
It has an
Outside.
incredible ambiance there. Yep, high quality organization. You know what to expect when you go to Saratoga National.
Now, we said farm to table.
Correct.
We're not talking about one chef, two chefs, three chefs. We've got quite a lineup,
We have
right?
12
Oh, man.
amazing chefs that we're so excited. We can't wait to taste the dishes that they're going to be preparing. And the really nice part is that, you're matching them with the local farms and their list of ingredients. You're finding the local farms that have the ability to provide and source these ingredients, and the farmers get to meet the chefs. And there's an exciting dynamic taking place with all of this.
Yeah, I know you don't want to read a laundry list because you can go, what's the website they can go to find out?
SaratogaPlan.org.
Okay, SaratogaPlan.org. But just in general, how many chefs?
12 chefs.
Wow, 12 chefs. And what you do is they have all the stations set up. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Farm to Table now. And they make up these small plates and you can taste everything, right?
Yes.
And I did notice also that there's some breweries involved too. And the
Yes.
vodka company.
Yes.
Right? So there's a lot
Yes.
going on.
Quite a good number of vendors and, hard cider, regular cider. We want an eclectic mix juice so that you can have something besides just the alcoholic beverages. And it blends nicely. Some dessert stations.
I tend to wander to the vodka table personally. I don't know.
I like a wide variety myself. I don't want to miss any of it.
This is a major fundraiser for
Correct.
Saratoga Plan. This is it. You want to preserve our land for our children, our grandchildren. You want to do something to really contribute to the well-being of the community, preserve species. This is what we have to do. The tickets are?
The tickets are $125 per person.
That's well worth it.
And
Sure.
this year, for the first time, we have some limited number of tables that you can have reserved seating so
Right.
that you can go up for seconds and still have a place to sit down and enjoy.
And I recall a silent auction too.
Yes, the
right.
silent auction, it's a buzz of activity. There's always so much animated conversation, looking at all of the wide range of items. We have boat rides, airplane rides, condos, one in Sanibel Island, big stuff, small stuff. And I even brought back from Tahiti a handmade mother of pearl necklace and earrings specific for this event.
Wow. I'm one of those people that hovers around the table knowing that there's 5 minutes left to bed.
As
and just
do I.
sneak in,
Well,
at the last minute.
We have that plan to be managed quite effectively, so you got to get in under the deadline.
You do, okay. Well, this is an event. They draw a lot of people. You drew like 600
Yes,
people,
over
right?
600
Okay.
people.
We need over 600 people to attend this. This is Saratoga Plan. This is the organization that protects the land in this wonderful community that we call home. You just can't beat that, right?
You can't get it back once it's gone.
Okay, now you probably knew this was coming. I was going to say, are any of the chefs preparing creme brulee? You know it's coming. Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you, Sandra.
Thank
it was
you
really
very
nice
much.
to talk to you. This is, I always say it backwards, so I have to look down. Feast of the Field, Farm to Table, the major fundraiser for Saratoga Plan, September 19th, Thursday at Saratoga National. You have to do it. Well, thank you. It's great to see you. And it didn't rain on us. This is great. Well, we were outside.
It was great. Thank you.
See this interview again? You can head to our website, looktvonline.com.